In the month of June, I saved a total of $233.34, and I made a little bit over $2,000. And I did that on a no spend, and I want to share with you how. My name is Jasmine, aka Budget Treasures, and if this is your first time on my channel, I talk about all things finance with emphasis on budgeting, saving money, and paying off debt. Y'all, I got on a hat today because the hair money wasn't in the budget. If you guys checked out the last budget video that I did, hair wasn't in there. I don't know if you noticed. So I said I'm gonna do a little hat action. I hope that you guys can still see my face. So we are talking about a no spend, how to successfully complete a no spend. We are doing a no by July. It is July 1st, and I know it's the holiday weekend, and July 4th you got the Essence Festival, you got the barbecues. This is really kind of like the first year that you are really able to get out and have some fun. So if you haven't started yet, don't worry about it. Have fun. It's the 4th of July. Enjoy your family and friends. But on July 5th, join me on the no by July. Or if you're like me and you're like, you know what, I don't care what holiday it is, I gotta reel this money in, then start today, just like myself. We are going to be talking about how you can be successful on a no spend, no matter when you complete it. If it's a no by July, no spend August, no spend September, I want you to be successful. When I did it in the month of June, there were a lot of questions on what can you spend money on. A lot of you guys were inspired and said that you wanted to join me. But with that, I thought to create some steps that would help others in being successful and just how I was successful in the month of June. So let's get into it. All right, you guys, so before we get into this, you guys can see I'm kind of changing up my filming. I'm trying to, give y'all different angles. Did you catch that? Anyway, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe, and then also give this video a super thumbs up. So when I think about a no spend, normally sometimes when I go into things, I really go cold turkey. I'm like an all or nothing person, but I know that everybody is not like me, and some people are kind of different, and either I'm all the way on or I'm all the way off. But I do think of a no spend in being successful is taking it through steps. So I have 6 steps that will help you to be successful. Okay, so the first thing is that you want to decide that you want to do a no spend. You want to make up in your mind and commit to yourself, I am going to be committing to a no spend this month, this weekend, this week. I want to be able to save money to meet a financial goal. So once you have decided, then you want to decide on what strength level you want to do it on. When I was doing my no spend in June, I had a lot of people asking me questions and saying things like, so what does that mean? I can't pay my bills? Or can I buy food? What about gas? What about clothes? What about kids? What about this? What about that? And I'm just like, okay, pull back. The first thing, you make your rules of your no spend. You decide what your do's and don'ts are. You decide what you can handle at any given time. People are saying, oh, it's my birthday month, I gotta turn up, boo. I understand. However, that's why in the deciding portion, you want to decide what it is that you can do. I don't want it to feel restrictive in a way of, well, I can't not spend money, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So let's say that you do have a birthday this month. So you can say, you know what, I'm only gonna spend money during my birthday weekend. Everything outside of that, I'm gonna spend money. You have that right, you have that wiggle room to make that decision. So let's talk about the 3 strength levels. So the first strength level is intermediate. So this is where you're saying, you know what, I spend too much money on clothes, I spend too much money on bags. Every other weekend I'm buying a Gucci, Prada, Fendi bag, and I just don't want to buy that this month. I want to use that money and do something else with it that is going to propel you in your finances. So you just won't buy that, but you'll still be able to spend money in other areas. But you know that if you're not spending $1,500 on a bag, that's really gonna save you, okay? And you may be the person who wants to maybe not get your nails done, right? Maybe you're like, you know what? A lot of people, when they get their nails done, it's about 150, 200. Some people really spend a lot of money in this area. So if you don't get that done in that month, you probably can save yourself a couple $100 that you can put toward a financial goal that you have. So the intermediate level is where you just take out certain categories or one category that you're not going to spend money on for that month. The second category is the impactful savings, right? The impactful level. That is where you are spending money on nothing else outside of your four walls, and that is your essentials, right? So that's where you're paying your bills, you're buying food, transportation. So in these areas, you're not going to spend anything outside of what you need to do to essentially live. The third strength level is the intense savings. That's the intense level. That's where you're doing everything in regards to the impactful savings. You're only spending on essentials, but even in the essentials areas, you're also even pulling back there. So what I did was I pulled back in the area of my groceries. Instead of taking out $150 every paycheck, I only took out $100 for groceries. And you're decreasing in certain areas. You're looking at ways you can cut money out of your budget. I was able to go to Spectrum and lower my bill for my internet and cable. I cut off stars. I just went in and looked and seen where I can decrease money. And then I also looked at ways that I can make money, right? So that's those side hustles. That's, selling a product if you have it, working extra hours at work if you can for overtime and things like that, to not only save money, but also to make extra money to propel you in your financial journey goals that you have. So the first thing you want to do is decide. Step 2, you want to determine your why. Your why is essential and crucial to you being on a no spend, because you want to determine, why are you even doing this? Are you doing it because you're looking to save money to buy a house? Are you doing it because you're looking to save money to pay off debt, or to build your savings, or just to achieve some type of financial goal that you have, or even, another type of purchase for a vacation, or, to travel or something like that? So you really want to write down and determine what your why is. And I would also encourage you to take that and put up sticky notes all around your common areas where you normally are, because it's going to remind you, even if you have a slip up where you spend money on a certain day where you possibly forget that you're even on a no spend, it's going to remind you, hey, we got that trip coming up in a couple of months that we really want to go on. Or, hey, we really need to buckle down, especially if you're doing this with family, and save money to purchase that dream home that we want to live in, our first piece of property. So having your why behind anything that you do, not even just a no spend, anything that you do is essential, because it really brings you back to the ground rules of why you're doing what you're doing, and to keep you on track. So step 3, you want to do a deep dive. Take a look at yourself, and you want to see what your spending habits are. Are you a person who only spends money? And you can spend a lot of money even on your essentials. Like, I know a lot of people who got like a whole lot of toilet paper, a whole lot of paper towels. Any essential need that you need, they have it, and they have lots of it. So you want to know, what are your spending triggers? What causes you to spend? And I will tell you, for myself, one of the reasons why I have a lot of those items is because when I was a young adult and I lived by myself, I was always lacking in that area. Like, I would go to the grocery store and not buy a big packet of toilet paper, but I would buy like 4 rolls of toilet paper, because I just wasn't financially there to do that. And so now I have a little bit of a I guess something I need to heal from. And so I don't ever want to be out of my essentials, like toilet paper, washing detergent, any toothpaste. If someone comes to my house, I want to be able to have a toothbrush there for them to have. Those are just things that I didn't have when I was a young adult. And so I really re-up on those things to make sure that I have it, because I don't ever want to run out. I don't know if that's like I don't know. That's part of emotional spending. So that goes into this, to do a deep dive on what kind of spender you are. There are 4 types of spenders that you could be. So you can be an impulsive spender. You just buy on impulse, like, oh, I see it, I like it, I want it, I buy it. You could be an emotional spender when something emotionally is happening, and it doesn't even have to be bad emotions. It can be you're excited, you're happy, and so you want to go to the mall and buy up everything. That was me too. You could also be a carefree spender. And then this is the one that I like. You could be the big spender. The girl we talked about earlier who buys the Prada, Gucci, Fendi, and all those things. She's the name brand girl. You're just buying everything luxury. Anything that has to do with luxury, your face is there, right? Identify what type of spender you are, because that's going to help you in your no spend. So if you already know that when you are in a super emotional heightened time, if that comes up, what can you do to make sure that you're not just going to go spend because you're sad? You want to look at your why, and then you also want to have something in place to help you to not spend. Maybe you want to pray, or you want to call a friend to get encouragement. You want to just put something in that place so you do not go spend money during that time. Step number 4, develop the plan. What is going to be your plan during this no spend? Creating a plan for your no spend challenge involves careful consideration, goal setting, and strategizing, because you want to successfully navigate through this time. Timing is everything. We talked about earlier where some of you guys were saying, oh, it's my birthday month, and that's totally fine. But there are some things that you want to do so that you can plan around your birthday or around certain events that may be coming up. So here are a couple of things that you can do, or you can plan for your no spend. You want to plan how long your no spend is going to be. Is it going to be for the entire month, just on weekends, just for a full week, etc.? You also want to do things like unsubscribe from certain emails that may trigger you to spend. If you are a luxury spender, or if you are an impulsive buyer, then you want to unsubscribe from those emails that might trigger that for you. And even then, you want to delete your credit cards from some of these retailers where it's easy for you to go ahead and purchase something. Come on, Amazon. I know Amazon Prime Day is coming, y'all. Don't think I didn't forget. I know Amazon Day is coming. But maybe you give yourself a budget for Amazon Prime Day. Maybe you say, you know what? I am doing a no spend and I don't want to go crazy, so I'm going to participate. If you just that person who you have to participate, then you can give yourself a budget of $100, and you only spend that for Amazon Prime. So you make the rules, guys. Make it colorful. I don't want you guys to think that it's just one way or the highway. You can make it however you want to make it. But with that being said, when you are developing the plan and you're setting your why, you want to make sure that you are making significant gains. You want to make sure that you are actually saving money, and not just saving money on certain days, but you spend a whole lot of money on another day, because then it's just, it's like, what's the point of even doing a no spend? Step number 5, to create your do's and don'ts for your no spend. So here's a couple of do's and don'ts that I give as examples. So you want to complete your budget. You want to pay your bills. You want to decrease your expenses. You want to make sure that you shop your home for anything that you may possibly have in the home that you can already use. One of the things that I did was I decided to use all of my cleaning products, all of my household, my toiletry items, all of my food. I decided to kind of use up all of that and then go to the store and purchase. Because like I talked about before, I had this thing where I had to make sure I had enough. So even if I had those items, I would still go to the store and buy more because I just had a fear of running out. So what I did in the month of June is I used up everything that I already had, and that's how I was able to save money in my food budget, and then I was also able to save money in my in the area of household goods as well. You want to also make a good list of don'ts. This is going to be a tough area, right? It may be easy to say, I am not going to go ahead and impulse buy. I'm not gonna go to the mall. I'm not gonna do those things. But here's some other ideas and examples of things that you wanna do. You may have to miss that party, sis. Don't go out. You may have to not talk to people who are always talking about shopping or, you know, indulging in the thing that you're trying to get better at. And so you may have to not talk to them as much for a season, or tell them, hey, when we talk, I need you to not talk about this because I'm trying to heal from that, and it's gonna trigger me if you talk about it in that no spend. So part of the things that you can do, you want to stay away from those type of events and circles and things like that, because it can be a trigger for you. You do want to let your friends and family know, hey, I'm on a no spend, I'm trying to save money. You want it to you know, hopefully they'll join with you so you guys can hold each other accountable. If not, you can always join the bestie community, and we're going to be really sharing our success in July. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you can get notifications whenever I upload a short or a video or anything. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, because there's a lot of community going on there as well. So just make sure that if you don't have that outlet or that person or that circle, let me be it for you, sis, because you guys are it for me, okay? I do not have anybody in my life who's doing this with me. So when I comment and I tell you guys I need some company, I'm serious. I'm not playing. I need some company, okay? It's pretty lonely in a no spend. Not at the top, it's lonely in a no spend. And then one of the don'ts that I really want everybody to put in their no spend is don't give up. Sometimes you're gonna have those days where you mess up. You might even go on a whole shopping spree one day, and then you come back and say, ugh. I want you to give yourself grace, and then I want you to hop right back into it and start the very next day. Don't give up and stop the entire no spend because you messed up on one day, okay? I want to document your progress. So in the month of June, you guys probably saw me uploading shorts and reels on me completing my no spend calendar. Every day or every couple of days you would see me highlighting it in, and that was me documenting my progress. And then at the end I was able to document how much money I saved, and then also how much money I made. And I did include another line on there too, which is how much money did you accidentally spend during the no spend. Biggest theme of this no spend: you create the rules so that you can be successful. Don't be so rigid and hard on yourself in the event that something awry happens and you have to take care of it. I was watching somebody else and they were saying that somebody passed away and they wanted to buy a gift. By all means, buy a gift, buy flowers for that person. If you want to buy somebody a birthday gift and maybe you forgot that it was their birthday and you signed up for the no spend, buy them a birthday gift. But maybe you'll buy them a $25 gift card as opposed to the $50 card that you would have normally purchased them. I mean, you want to be lax, but you also want to be disciplined. You know, the purpose of this is to save money so that you can meet a financial need, to make money, but then also just to recognize where you're spending your money, and also get better at spending, where you're conscious in the money that you're spending and you're not just spending it frivolously and things like that. So you guys, you can download my workbook, which is the Budget Treasures No Spend Workbook, and it's there for you if you feel like you need it. If you don't, you don't need to purchase this. You can get a free calendar and download it and, you know, track your progress. Or you can just take notes on this video and track your progress. You don't have to purchase that in order to be successful, but it is there if you feel like you need it as a resource to help you get through it. But I am so excited for our No Buy July family. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I can't say that enough. A lot of times people ask me questions and I've already done like a video or something. I don't mind repeating myself, but I want you to join the bestie squad, the bestie team, the bestie girls and boys, whomever. I want you to join us, guys. Make sure you guys have given this a give me a thumbs up for me switching all these rooms, okay? Because that was a lot of work. I was trying to try something different. I told you guys I'm working on my editing, and so I was like, you know, let me try to switch it up. But that was a lot of work, so I need a thumbs up for all that room switching I was doing, okay? But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. You know, like I always tell you, go be great, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.